this is where the new allegations come in. The Post spoke to 10 former employees who claimed Crowder ran an abusive company where he often screamed at his employees, including his own father, exposed his genitals.
Hey y'all, it's Donna. Let's talk about genitals. Steven Crowder's, to be precise. Okay, so the first few times I've heard this several times actually, but it's sort of just went in one ear and out the other because, like, this is a big nothing burger in my mind. But now that I've heard Lauren Chin mention it, and she seems to be convinced this is really bizarre. I'll explain why it isn't in a moment. But yeah, let's let her finish.
His antics crossed the line. He was known to expose his genitals to staffers, many ex-employees told the Post. 6 sources, in fact, said they witnessed such lewd behavior firsthand. So this specific accusation was actually addressed by Crowder on his show, but he kind of dismissed it as, oh yeah, people have seen my junk, I was doing skits and, naked, and it's not really a big deal.
Okay, I just realized the sound was too low when I recorded that. But I'm just going to basically sum it up because it was a short clip. She's just saying, she's reading from an article where a former employee of Steven Crowder has witnessed this on multiple occasions. I don't know. And I'm showing Dave Lauer because he was one of the guys who was, I don't know if the testicles were placed on his shoulder or not gay Jared's shoulder. They were both involved and they were both asked about this by the interviewer, and they would give no comment because they obviously thought it was funny at the time, and they're not gonna be like, oh yes, I feel sexually harassed, you know what I mean? Anyway, Lauren Chin thinks this is very bizarre. She doesn't understand it, and why would she? And this made me think back to the military when we were down for Hurricane Katrina. Work, when you're in the military with all kind of guys, you see stuff like this all the time. I never saw testicles and penises, but I heard about this constantly. There was they call it the bat wing, and it's where they okay, let me explain it like this. There was that OK symbol that everybody was calling a white supremacist thing. Well, that in the military as well used to be a thing we would do, where you would take the OK symbol, you would place it somewhere below your waist, and if somebody looked, you got them. It's just, like sometimes you kicked them, or just silly little things that, all in good fun. Well, the testicle showing thing is the same in a sense, but I'm trying to explain this. So there's one called the bat wing, where you pull it out and you make it look like a bat wing, and if somebody looks, haha, you got them. And there's one called the chicken wing, or I can't even remember that one. And then I asked my husband about this last night. I was like, do you remember doing anything like this? And he just started laughing, but he's like, of course, we all did it. Because he was in the military and he's a man, so obviously I wasn't in on that kind of joke, but I heard about it, like I said. So he told me about one called the snakeskin watch, where you pull it over your wrist. Am I immature? Why is this funny to me? I don't know, maybe because I just woke up, but my point is, you don't have to understand it for it to be funny to them or it to be a thing. It's more of like, I left this comment under Lauren Chin's video. It's like a sign of endearment. It's not a power play move, I don't think. It's a boys will be boys sort of thing. You don't have to understand it. Like, there's a lot of humor I don't get or I don't think's funny, but I get that other people do, so it's not a problem. You know what I mean? Again, we go back to intent, context. I've been talking about this for years. So yeah, and he obviously wasn't doing the same games I was referring to, but it sounds similar, where you just plop them out on somebody's shoulder and it's like, oh, damn, man, got testicles on my shoulder again. That actually would be
Witness Crowder
funny.
put his testicles on his assistant and childhood friend John Goodman, who shook off the incident. It also notes that Goodman, who still works for Crowder, did not return the post's request for comment. A fourth ex-employee also said Crowder exposed himself to former co-host Landau at the conference table with others present. Landau similarly did not respond to the post's request for comment. It was childish, but then I found out this was something he did. At first, I took it as him trying to be friendly or one of the guys. Now I see it was a power play. So maybe there's an element of like boys will be boys in this.
It says, quote, Crowder was known to expose his genitals to staffers.
Well, hold on a second. Yes.
Yeah, well,
yes.
just wait. I mean,
That did happen. I mean, what are you talking about? The Terminator 2 sketch?
no, but at the time, you only had 5 employees and they were all male.
Well, yeah, I know, but it was a Terminator
Yeah.
2 sketch because remember the nudies didn't fit?
Oh,
Was it
that's
that one,
right,
Sam?
Yeah.
Well, now there
Was
are...
it the ET ones through the cornfields where we had to run naked through
yeah,
the
you all were
cornfields?
naked in that one. Yeah.
We were naked in that one too.
That was a good one.
And I agree that if that were the context of these allegations, that wouldn't necessarily be indicative of abusive behavior when you're in show business and, you know, you're in crazy outfits or maybe doing a scene where you're supposed to look naked. I can understand how things might happen, but that's not what these people are saying. A former staffer recalled driving back from Illinois in a van after a college show in March 2018 when former producer Jared Monroe, whom Crowder dubbed Not Gay Jared, was targeted. Jared was asleep in the last row. Steven was in front and he was joking about what he was going to do, the staffer recalled. He climbed over and dropped his junk on top of Jared's shoulder. That same person also claimed Crowder exposed himself to Jared in 2017 while they were in the green screen room filming a parody of Ghost. When asked about both allegations, Monroe told the Post no comment. And during a 2018 flight with 6 people from the company, another former employee said they witnessed Crowder put his testicles on his assistant and childhood friend John Goodman,